Good evening. After a year of complaints, lawsuits, and dozens of unpaid sellers, Dean Kruse's financial troubles have finally caught up with him.
A state commission has stripped Kruse and his company of their auction licenses. News Channel 15's Janice Allen has been following Kruse's troubles for months. She's in News Control tonight with more on these new developments.
Well, Heather, here is a breakdown of those penalties. Kruse's auction house can't apply for a new license for 7 years. Kruse can't hold an auctioneer license for at least 5 years. Those are some of the stiffest penalties out there, but the commission felt they fit the case.
I made a lot of the decisions. I'm ready to face up to them.
That was a determined Dean Kruse in February. When I sat down with him back then, he said things were looking up. But that was before the state stripped the auctioneer and his company of their licenses. The Indiana Auctioneer Commission permanently revoked Kruse Incorporated's license and suspended Kruse's auctioneer license for 2 years, also putting Kruse on probation for another 3 years after that.
They believed, based on the complaints that had been filed, that the proposed findings were a just decision.
Some of the stiffest penalties were handed down against Kruse because of all the complaints against him. He appeared before the commission on 70 counts of failing to pay people back who sold cars through his auction.
Kruse has maintained that people owe him to the tune of about $7 million.
When they can't pay, we can't pay.
But that didn't sway the commission at all. It even slapped Kruse with $70,000 in civil penalties.
You can see the stormy clouds forming in the background.
Auburn Mayor Norm Yoder isn't too surprised, but is a little worried. The Kruse name is big in his city, and so is the amount of money Kruse's annual Labor Day auction brings in.
Obviously, it's a lot of concern and a lot of sympathy go out to the Kruse family. Dean and the Kruse family done a lot for the city of Auburn.
Now, this all, of course, means that the annual Labor Day auction is in jeopardy. Kruse can't hold it, but he could find another company to. Tonight, he could not be reached for comment. Live in News Control, Janice Allen, News Channel 15.